This guy might look pretty average to some people. He doesn't have the body of Ronaldo, Michael Phelps, or Usain Bolt, but he is actually the fittest human alive. He is unstoppable.
This is the fittest human on the planet. Who is it? And what does he do to be the fittest?
This is what the world's fittest human looks like.
Look at his physique.
It looks like just a very regular physique. I mean, it's perfectly healthy and just a nice looking body.
Because actually, for context, the winner of the CrossFit Games every single year kind of gets this tag, this name, like fittest human on earth, and they kind of look like it. But this surprises me. Who is this?
Christian Blumenfeld is the Olympic champion in triathlon. He has the fastest Ironman time in history with an unbelievable time of 6 hours and 44 minutes. For comparison, David Goggins, who I guess you all know, his fastest Ironman time is 11 hours and 24 minutes.
So an Ironman is a 3.8 kilometer swim, then 180 kilometers of cycling, and then a marathon.
Only the running would take me 6 hours. Interested to see if we will see any weightlifting.
He also has the highest VO2 max ever recorded. Christian spends a lot of time in high altitude, especially now in preparation for the Paris Olympics. And that's where he invited me to come meet him to experience firsthand his brutal training regimen.
I think running is my favorite, and then swimming, and then cycling is probably my worst. But it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna be an amateur compared to these guys anyways, because these are like unreal, like they're superhuman.
Magnus just said that the running or the cycling might be the hardest because these numbers are way higher, like 180 kilometer cycle, a full marathon. But swimming is insanely hard. A 100-meter swim, you will be tired. And you need to swim for almost 4 kilometers.
I think I couldn't do an Ironman ever because of the swimming.
Let's see if you get to a 1K.
That's gonna be my goal today.
What's the longest you have ever swum?
It took an hour for me to swim 1,000 meters. I don't know what I did this day or if I was just swimming around for fun or throwing a ball around, but that's the only swim workout I recorded, so. I really want to know how long it takes him. If we were just losers or if we did pretty well.
Normally, you would see these masks on with headgear running. As he comes in, I have to put it onto his face immediately as he comes in. And this way, I can know with a fairly high certainty what his VO2 max is.
For people that don't know, VO2 max refers to the maximum amount of oxygen your body can absorb and use during exercise.
So basically here now you can see that I get up the oxygen, how much liters of oxygen he's using.
Which makes sense, because during exercise, your body needs oxygen. So the better you take up oxygen, the more efficient you work.
Where it seems now you're sitting in shy of 4 liters of oxygen. You have to add another 50%, at least 50% on your oxygen uptake in order to be more or less the same place as Christian and Gustav, at least.
What?
How? How would you do that?
So I just finished a 1,000-meter swim. I feel like so clumsy in the water compared to Christian when I see how like fluid it is and the way he's turning his head, just barely enough to get oxygen, while I've swallowed so much water too.
Doesn't tell us how long it took.
How long did it take, bro? If you see this, Magnus, how long did it take? I want to know if we're really bad at swimming.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
But this is where you consume like 6,000 calories. Or do you have snacks and stuff?
Maybe half of it. I have snacks
Okay.
in the room, so I have some bread and.
And you live in this place as well, right?
Yeah.
How many calories would he eat? I think he would have to eat at least 7,000 calories a day.
To just maintain his weight.
Yeah.
12 to 15K run and
On the rest day.
a 4K swim.
That isn't actually a rest day.
We have a very nice workout app you can try, and we have active rest days sometimes. With an active rest day, we don't mean 15-kilometer run. Just walk around a bit.
Maybe 10,000 steps.
When I saw the food, I was a little bit surprised. It was just way more basic than I thought it would be, and also way more carbs. I thought it'd be like salads and fruit.
I would expect an insane
Only
amount of
carbs.
carbs. Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe some protein.
All right, so second session of the day.
Having 26K uphill.
A 26K uphill after the swim.
And I'm wearing a lot of clothes. That's not because I'm freezing, but because I don't want to get a sunburn.
Magnus probably flew to Spain, and you could see that he already got burned on the first day.
Yeah, that's a pretty big sunburn.
He got burned well on the first day, so he learned from that.
It says my pulse is 153 right now.
120 here. 118.
Imagine running uphill for 20 minutes at over 2,000 meters and having a heart rate of 125. That is certifiably ludicrous. I don't understand how you can walk uphill and have that low of a heart rate. Honestly, I really want to know how this guy's heart's doing. Like, can't be good. You have to understand, this is not an average human trying to keep up with the fittest person in the world. This is Magnus, an elite athlete. But this guy this is next level. I don't know if your body is made to handle this much volume and cardio.
Because the entire reason why exercising is healthy for the heart is because by increasing your heart rate sometimes you actually train the heart, so your resting heart rate is lower, which means your heart has to work less hard during the day. But if you're doing exercise the entire day, your average heart rate is way higher.
I honestly I want to mention one more time, Magnus is insane for doing this. I would not survive this day.
Oh man, no, I can't do it. It's the end for me. I don't want to ruin your...
Only 3 kilometers in, yeah, but it's like, it's uphill.
3 kilometers uphill, I would be dead already as well.
I've seen a lot of Magnus's videos. Magnus is a beast when he's compared to normal people. To see him humbled like this is insane. Christian must be superhuman.
Exactly.
He must be.
I've also heard he has a bigger chest. His build, because of his chest and everything, is just different than normal humans.
He has an interesting build. Very square.
Yeah, but like a big chest, sort of like, and then small arms, but it's interesting.
The thing is, like from experience, if we were recording these videos, he is already pushing through so many boundaries before this. When people start speaking in their own language, you know, shit's bad.
There's just no way I can keep that pace up. So I basically just had to tell him to keep running because I didn't want to ruin his training.
Let's get in the car and catch up with him.
That's how fit Christian is. Because I think what's going through his mind right now is like, I still need to do one more thing.
Probably, yeah.
And the pace is incredible. What we did is nothing compared to how fast he's running right now.
Okay, so Magnus goes cycling. Tries to keep up that way.
I don't think it is almost visually possible, or at least it's not visually shown here well enough, how insanely fast and fit this guy is.
Not to come up with stupid excuses, but my calves are cramping up like crazy.
He's gonna feel this for the next week.
We were probably about 17 kilometers into the ride and I had to give up. There was just no chance. He just disappeared. I was cramping up.
Is he still running? And I know Magnus is way better than I would be at this. So this is what happens when you have someone doing something completely new, like swimming, and then ask them to do something, again, even harder and new. It makes complete sense.
I couldn't even beat him on a bike, so that says a lot, I think.
If Magnus says like, I'm cycling and I'm having a hard time and he's just coming after, like that's just ridiculous.
He doesn't even look tired. Nice. Woo, is this it?
This is it.
Good job.
Actually, a K longer than I remember.
1K longer than you remember?
27.
He can still talk, normally.
How many people in the world do you think could have followed you up that mountain?
To follow my training plan over time is very few.
I'm gonna eat the same as Christian, because this is the day in the life of the world's fittest man, and he happened to have Nutella, so I bet you guys didn't expect Nutella.
Oh, actually, I was expecting that, because you need calories, and you have a certain amount of time you can eat, so you need high-calorie stuff. With a little bit of training, I might be able to do the Nutella part.
Same. That's probably my level.
Like, I've met a lot of dedicated people, but I think he might be the most dedicated person I've ever met. Bread
much?
and Nutella.
That's a typical pre-race meal.
Actually, my cousin does a lot of cycling. Like, he's really good at cycling. He goes up the mountains, and he's like crazy fit as well. But his go-to meal before cycling or during cycling is white bread with Nutella. But the interesting thing is, he tried many things. Like, he's been experimenting for years.
That worked.
What is the best thing for him? And it's this.
What? Why?
It's a lot of carbs.
Yep.
And it's simple for the stomach.
Yeah, I'm afraid of these bikes because I would fall. Like, if I get cramps right then, I would die.
Feel out, like...
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
I think it's crazy the positioning on the bike though. It's like so low. Doesn't your neck hurt after a while?
It does.
Yeah.
That's always the thing. Like, the same with playing hockey or something, like your back pain or like cycling. Doesn't it hurt? Yes, it hurts,
Yes,
but
it
just
hurts.
get used to it.
Yeah.
These bikes are like so fast compared to normal bikes. Look at this. This is how light it is.
Whoa.
No, that's just how strong he is.
I'm excited to watch you win the Olympics.
This guy needs more recognition. Actually, true. I didn't know this guy.
No, me neither. Probably because he's too busy running and exercising.
That was a tough day for Magnus.
He has to recover from that.
I was tired looking at that. Jeez. What the hell? Massive shout out to Magnus for trying this. His video will be in the description below. Make sure to subscribe to him and smash like.
So I think we can safely say this is the fittest human on Earth.
If you want to see the fittest janitor on Earth, then make sure to check out this video. It's about someone you might know from Can I Clean Here? And if you don't know, this guy's story is insane. So click this video, subscribe, smash like, and hit that bell.